Normally, for the piece of wood that would be required to start a project like this, I would start on the table saw. But in this case, I was lucky enough to find a couple of strips laying around, measuring about 2 inches by 5 feet long. Two pieces of this, and I was on my way. To make the frame for this project, I would need 4 pieces of this wood: top, bottom, left, and right. After I had all 4 sides, left, right, top, and bottom, in this step I am going to basically create a groove using the width of the saw blade. This can also be done using a router, but in my particular case the width of the saw blade was perfect for what I needed. And there it is. Perfect groove. Here's a quick mock-up of exactly what I'm going for. And I must admit, at this point I'm getting very excited. Now that I was finished with the framing of the project, it was time to move on to paint. As always, before painting anything, you want to make sure that the surface is clean and free of dust and debris. And as always guys, don't forget links in the description to all the products that I use. Please use my link when checking out. I wanted this build to be an accent piece of the room, so I decided to go with a bright metallic gold color. To my surprise, this panel needed 3 coats of paint to get to full brilliance. And there she is. The next day I took it out in the sun so I can see all those glitters. I am not sure that the camera is picking it up, but in person this thing looks amazing. Just like I mentioned before, when painting, we always want to make sure that the project is free of dust and debris. Because I want these to look modern, I am going to paint them in a bright white. If you want a perfect finish, it's always critical to spend lots of time prepping before painting. Even though this plywood was already smooth, I still decided to hit it with a 220 grit sandpaper. Just a quick tip, it's not a good idea to paint multiple pieces strapped together. I've had a lot of problems with this and I did not realize that I was doing it because I was focused on making the video. The paint basically ran down in between the creases, causing these pieces to get stuck together and also runs on the side. So it will be much easier to paint them individually. At this point, I'm ready to say goodbye to this ugly thing and say hello to my new epic design. During the markup process, I marked these left, right, top and bottom for easy assembly later. It's always better to do the bottom first, as the bottom will hold the panel in place while I do some final adjustments. Because it's drywall and I can't really tell if there's any studs behind, I'm going to use construction adhesive for the bottom section. Links in the description. This stuff is really strong. With the bottom rails installed, it basically holds the panel in place for me, allowing me maximum adjustability. For the left and right side, I was able to hold this in place with standard brad nails. Here's a quick tip. If you're going to do a project like this, be sure to leave some space on the inside groove for expansion and contraction. Even though the project is still unpainted, that gold color is looking 100 times better than I expected. In the future, I will need access to the gas lines hidden behind this panel, so in this case, I am not going to nail the top. The top will be removable and so would the panel. Looking good so far. To cap off the top, I am going to use this piece of scrap wood, which if you look really carefully, it's actually the bottom section of a door that was cut off because the door was too tall. The top mantle cap gives a great three-dimensional look. Hey guys, if you're enjoying the video so far, please be so kind to hit that thumbs up button for me, and also subscribe if you're enjoying the content and you want to see a lot more epic builds like this one. I ended up with a few dings after using the nail gun, so to fix that, I simply filled it in with some wood putty and sanded it with a 220 grit sandpaper. So here's a quick tip. When sanding by hand, you definitely want to keep going in different directions, as going in one direction will only create grooves. Now that the frames are installed and everything fits, it's time for a coat of paint. And now it is time to put this together.
Hey guys, it would be very helpful if you subscribe to my dad's YouTube channel. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share for more content.